What's going on, people? My name is D-Rock, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Futury sync lead. It's a sync lead that can be used for pretty much anything. I've got a song here. It's kind of a futurist track that I used it a lot in. Just gotta find exactly where it's at in here. This hasn't been released yet, so shoosh. I'm not showing you this at all. Where is it? I think you're the green one? Yeah, this green one. So, for this, it's a sync lead with some vibrato. That I just had a filter in there for the song itself. And then a pitch bend range of 2, which is pretty important for at least how I use it in this song because I do a lot of pitch bending up to it. Let's see here. Let's go to a part. We'll do the droppy area. So with this, it's doing a lot of scoops. And then there's that vibrato that comes in. You can really hear it during this part right here. So with that, this is doing the same vibrato as my pads as well. Now that way, it's a very, very consistent up and down throughout all the instruments. But yeah, let's go into making this patch. So for this, once again, we're using a Thor because Thor is my favorite device by far. I'm going to combine it. And for this, filter up, to sustain up. I'm going to turn on a second analog. I'm going to turn off number 1. I'm going to change them both to square. Move them to 64 on both of them. And this is a monophonic sound as well, so you can change that to mono retrig. And now this, sync. Sync is where it's going to get all of its tone from. So you can hear it. It's got a very, very specific sound to it. It's like sync's weird. It's like the waveform starts over based off in sync with the other waveform. It's in the manual. You can read it in the manual. Anyways, we're gonna want to change the pitch over this slowly to give it to give the overall sound movement, because the pitch will actually be dictated by this oscillator. But we're going to have this one move up and down to get a changing tone, because you never want a static sound. You want it to be evolving and moving the whole time. So for this, we're going to use an LFO. Let's use LFO 1. It's an oscillator 2 pitch. You can hear that. We're getting that kind of cool sound. I like to have it tempo synced to the song. That way it always is kind of going in time, but I want it fairly slow, so I'm just going to do like a full bar. You don't want to go too extreme with it. As you can hear, once it goes below the pitch of this oscillator, there the sound kind of drops out. So somewhere like around, like, I would have it before, like 50-ish. I'd also recommend changing to this waveform. That way it doesn't hold on at the very top and the bottom of the waveform. All right. Secondly, we need to have it vibrato or like wiggle to give it that extra tone. So for this, I'm going to use the other LFO 2, and in this case, we're going to modulate oscillator 1's pitch, because this is what's actually determining the pitch or the actual note of the sound. So with this, I had it at, in the other track, I had it at 31, so it wasn't too extreme. Tempo synced it, had it at 1/16. Then next, for the scale, we're gonna have it go by rotary 1. Have that at 100. So when it's all the way down, no vibrato, and then as you turn it up, you're gonna get that vibrato sound. And with that, you can have that synced to one of the rotaries on within the combinator. I like to have all of mine going to the exact same rotary between all my combinators. That way, like I can just copy and paste automation lanes down. Rotary 1. There we go. All right, so now to finish off this actual sound, a little bit of chorusing can be nice. Turn down the wet dry a little bit, kind of softens the sound, gives it a bit more width. We can cut out the lows because those aren't really needed for this sound at all. And then like a little bit of verb. You could obviously throw on like scream on like tape mode or something like that to really make the sound super gritty. Maybe a compressor to help like emphasize that first attack of the note or something like that. But I'm looking for verb. Actually sounds pretty decent as it is. And like I said before, I like to have the pitch bend range down off to 2, at least for that track that I was working on, just because I wanted it to really scoop a lot. Then you can do some more creative pitch bend stuff. You can almost treat this instrument very similar to how you would perform on a guitar. All right, because you can do about a 2 semitone pitch bend on a guitar. I mean, you could go more, but it gets a little bit uncomfortable. And then the vibrato, as if you were wiggling your finger on the string. But yeah, that's how you make this kind of futury synced lead sound. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, drop a comment, shoot me a message, any sort of requests for sounds. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys next time.